Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weisheit, licensed clinical social worker. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, however you may be joining us, and always glad to bring in one of our leaders in the community, Philip Martin, who is Superintendent of Terrebonne Parish School Board and School System. Welcome to the program.
Keith, glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Always glad to talk with you. I know here of late, you got to be awfully proud. I know I hear it from you all the time about how proud you are of not only our school system, but our teachers. But boy, these recent LEAP scores have got us really excited as well, huh?
Keith, that you could not have phrased that better. Our kids and our teachers, our employees, when I think they have outdone themselves, they even go a step higher. Last school year was a trying one and a challenging one for our kids, our parents, all our employees. But I have to say, all things considered, and throw in a few hurricanes along the way that we were dodging in the fall, all the challenges, our kids, our employees, we really did well, and I'm so proud of that. And proud is the right word to use. We recently got test results back, and look, we were all very apprehensive with that because it was a tense year, and we were concerned. And my assistant superintendent was very concerned. He thought we may not do as well as we normally do. And I said, well, Bubba, if we slide a little bit, if we do worse, the rest of the state's going to fall off the map, because that's how confident that I am with our kids and our teachers. To give just a few highlights, the state graduation rate, average percentage of kids who graduate is 84%. Terrebonne Parish is 94%.
Wow.
To me, that is one of the most significant measures. It doesn't really matter what you're doing in education if the kids aren't graduating. That is the mission, that is the goal, to get kids graduated. And graduation these days is an accumulation of 23 units, and you have to pass numerous state tests, and they are rigorous, they are challenging, they require kids to be very competent in each subject area. So 94% of our kids are graduating, and Keith, it wasn't that many years ago. We were in the high 60s, low 70s, struggling with one of our biggest challenges was just that graduation rate. We were losing our kids. They were not graduating. So we have set that as a goal and as a mission, and we've been very successful with that. The LEAP results, we just got that in, and we're still analyzing and studying it. But from a state perspective, and then I'll come to Terrebonne Parish, the state perspective, everything went down. No big surprise there. And the virtual kids versus the in-person kids, the virtual kids were like 15% lower than in person. No big surprise there.
Right.
I don't think that shocks anybody.
Right.
What is somewhat a source of pride for me, we actually have moved up in state rankings with our performance. We've moved up. Now, part of that is because everybody else went down. So I have to be, data somewhat can be a little misleading, but we actually progressed and climbed up the ladder, and we were already high up the echelon. We were, to give you an example of some of that, percent of mastery is something we use as a benchmark on tests and grades. They start in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's 3 through 8 in science, math, social studies, and English. 4 tests, each grade, 3 through 8. So it's a bunch of tests.
Sure. And
then high school, we have the algebra, geometry, history, and biology, 4 components there. If you envelop all those results into one number, an assessment index, in other words, it culminates or adds them all in.
Cumulative.
If you look what we did this year in 3 through 8, the state percentage of mastery is 29%. We're 36%. That's a significant difference.
Wow.
If you look at percent of mastery in all grades, 3 through high school, the state, now this is mastery. This is not just passing. This is not basic. This is mastery.
Mastering it, right.
The state is at 30%. We're at 35% mastery. So we're significantly outperforming the state, and all you can do is compare yourself to others. I don't know how do you determine how well you're doing is by comparing to how everybody else is doing. If you make that comparison, our kids in Terrebonne Parish are certainly doing well in a very challenging year. That the stresses and strains, and look, when parents are stressed and strained, so are kids. It's inevitable. And our whole community was stressed and strained with COVID and hurricanes. So for our kids, our teachers, our administrators, every category of employee, and I said this so much at the end of the year, that everybody really, really stepped up to the plate and went the extra mile. And we have the results showing that that pride you talked about. Well, we can be proud of Terrebonne Parish and our kids. I know I am. But as you finish one game and you win that one, we have another one, and it's never over. And I'm very confident that this year it's starting off challenging, with some changes we've had to make here right at the very beginning. But I have full confidence in our kids, our teachers, administrators, cooks, bus drivers, paras, secretaries. Terrebonne Parish School District is one large organization with a lot of different moving parts, right, but all parts work together.
Well, and it's working, and the numbers represent that. And we can't thank you enough for coming on, and the pride that you have, we have as well. So thank you for what you do, and very happy about what our school system is representing.
Thank you, Keith.
All righty. All right, guys, that'll do it for us in this segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more local programming when we return.